GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
Hey, this is Kip Winger, and you're listening to the All Bets Are Off podcast with Robbie Vegas.
What's up, rock soldiers? This is the Rockstar Robbie Vegas with another brand new episode of the All Bets Are Off podcast, and I am joined today by Hollywood. Hollywood has been on the show once before. We're having her back again to update you on her new book, the re-release of a video game that she starred in. Yep, that's right. Stick around and hear about it. And, of course, some conventions that she has coming up or has already done. And not to mention a Glow cruise. So we're going to get into all of that today. And before we do, I want you guys to know we did run into a few technical difficulties, so at times you might hear the audio as a little choppy, but we did our best to clean it up and bring you a great interview nonetheless, and Hollywood will, of course, be back in the future. So thank you guys for joining us today, and here's a little RCMC to get you started before you hear this interview with Hollywood. Hollywood, thank you so much for being back on the All Bets Are Off podcast. It's so nice to see you again.
And it is great to see you too, Robbie. We've been doing this back and forth thing for a little while.
You were faking all kinds of sicknesses and stuff. It was
that bad character in Hollywood, huh?
Yeah. All right. So I want to dig into everything that you have going on right now since the last time I talked to you. And the first thing I want to bring up is your autobiography. You're writing a book right now. Is this correct?
Back, say 5 years ago, I wouldn't be able to be putting in what has gone on since those 5 years, or after those 5 years. And I always think that there's a time for everything, and waiting for a publishing company to get back with me. They loved the pitch that we sent them. And when they read the pitch, they went, we want to see more. So can you send us the whole thing? So now I'm sitting here waiting to how long it's going to take them to read the whole thing. And then I haven't heard a no yet. So maybe that's a good sign. I don't know. But funny is I've been waiting 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 working days now. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I forgot to add that. Oh my gosh, what about when we went to see so-and-so? Oh, all of a sudden I'm adding more. So there's more being added to what's already out there. So it's kind of cool. Things will jog, how like you'll be out at dinner or you'll be out with your friends or at a show, and then something just jars your memory. You're like, oh, I got to put that in the book. Mm-hmm. And then, what was that again the next day? What was I thinking again? What? Oh, yeah, that. Yeah.
So this is a constant work in progress for you, even while you're shopping it around. And is it like bringing up things in your mind that make you really sit back and go, man, like I've had a wild ride here?
For real. Yeah. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Yeah. It's like, buckle your seats, people. We're going on a ride for sure. Buckle those seatbelts.
So
I'm going to go on a ride through Genie Wonderland instead of Alice in Wonderland. That just came up, Genie in Wonderland. And then, of course, I keep thinking I already have the title that I want. But then this morning, I fed the cats at like 5 a.m. And what do I start thinking about? The book. And then I can't sleep. And I started thinking of titles. Now I can't remember what that title was. I'm like, I should probably write it down or talk into my phone. And I didn't because it was like 4:30 a.m. I think.
Oh my God! Wow.
My working title is Inside Glow: A True Hollywood story. And I've always liked that because I like the pun on the character Hollywood. And of course, Hollywood, living there, and also, what Hollywood is to some people. What is Hollywood? Is it a person? Is it stars? Is it acting? Entertainment? So
Right.
it could be anything. It could be entertainment, and it could be the character Hollywood in Glow.
Absolutely. Now, the last time I talked to you, it was right after the popularity of the Netflix show Glow. That was obviously, based off of the true show. Since then, since that came out and since the last time we spoke, do you find yourself getting more and more new fans because of the Netflix series, and then they go back and discover you?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is, because I think people watching it are younger, so they didn't even know anything that there was a show that existed. It would have been kind of neat. I just thought about that now. If they could have said from the original Glow Girls 1986 through 1989, would have been kind of cool to give a little, or show, how some of those show footage of the real thing. I mean,
Yes.
What Wonder Years? Is it Wonder Years or no, not Wonder Years? Yeah, I can't remember. The one, the 80s, those 80s kids.
It was the Goldbergs.
The Goldbergs,
Yeah.
perfect example. At the end of the show, they show the real Goldbergs. I mean,
Yes.
why? What could it? It would have been so cool to show Mountain Fiji picking up Hollywood and Vine on her shoulder, and just dump us.
Oh my God! Yeah, that would be great.
Like the Goldbergs, I wish they would have done it like that.
Mhm.
But to answer your question, yes, because every time I do a convention or a Comic-Con, which one is coming up in December for Los Angeles, get more and more new younger fans that love the whole retro aspect of it or vintage aspect of it and go, oh my gosh. Or you'll have people, they recognize the sign. So our banners are great because we've got 1, 2, 3 or 4 banners that are up, plus those stand-up banners with our characters. So we stand out big time. If people walk by it, they're like, oh my God, I watched that as a kid. And they make yes. And they're like, oh, and we have t-shirts. So, those retro looking Glow t-shirts are the bomb, really. People really love, and like me and you probably our rock t-shirts. You know what I mean? I'm still wearing Led Zeppelin or The Who or Aerosmith.
Absolutely.
Purple or something like that. It's just a cool thing like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, that's interesting too, because just kind of staying on the topic of like the I guess, retro shirts or vintage shirts is a good way to put it. So with the Netflix show, and then with almost like a rebirth of Glow, because now people are going back and like there's episodes of the original Glow that they could watch on YouTube or different streaming sites, and they discover you and they discover Glow, and they want the old school looking merch. So when you're doing these conventions now as compared to when you would do them before, are you seeing more people coming up already wearing that stuff?
Some of them do. The huge fans will go, they'll have it on. But you got to remember, like if it's a huge one like LA Comic-Con, there's so many people there. You know what I mean? You'll have us and just, some wear them and some don't, or some go, I got that one last year. What do you have this year? You didn't have a small last time. Do you have a small this time? Copied Ryan's, not RCMC, but when they were doing the Talisman, they made the t-shirts vintage looking like the concert shirts back in the day. And I copied that and said, wait a minute, can I do that same distressed looking thing? And I had somebody come up with a great design. And that when I just ordered regular black t-shirts in that one because I haven't sold them in regular black t-shirts, but people love that distressed thing. And then you'll get, I need to take this shirt back because it looks worn.
I love that.
Isn't that great? I don't like this one because it looks like it's old. And that's what it's supposed to look like, dude. I go, that's fine. And I tried to explain it to him. And so I switched it out. But he's the only person that just went, it looks kind of old. And
Oh my God.
I laugh. I'm like, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah. Well, people like us understand that because that's what we want. So
that was our generation too, 80s. And we love that. I mean, I love that music. I know you do as well.
yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So
It brings back memories. That's a whole nother thing. And also Glow brings back memories for a lot of these people that were watching it that might be a little bit younger. Maybe their parents were watching it. And it's like music. Music always, if I hear music from the 70s or the 80s, man, it just brings back great memories. For me anyway, always great memories.
yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, staying on the topic of the conventions, but also still talking about your book, that's going to be a great way to market your book, is being at these conventions when people see you and you got a stack of books on the table. I mean, for me, that would be immediately, well, I have to buy this while I'm here because she could sign it.
Exactly. Right. And we could take a photo with it. You know what I'm saying? That's win no matter what. So I'm super excited about it. And it's just something that I've been wanting to do for many years. I'll probably put in photos too that a lot of people haven't seen, because I was trying not to post every single thing that we have. That way, there might be a few things, but I've probably done, I don't know how many photo shoots with hundreds of photos that people have never, ever seen. Then there's some background stuff with the Glow girls that you haven't seen. So I tried really hard not to, post anywhere, just to make it, new for everybody,
Yeah.
backstage stuff, the stuff that you want to hear, or who was there, and what about the makeup and the hair? Were there fights, and did you not like each other? That whole, I try to keep it really nice too. I mean, nothing's perfect in anything that you do. If you're in a band, if you're on a movie, if you're a wrestler, there's a lot of drama that goes on, and I tried to keep it on the up and up, but then there's some sad parts that are in there as well. I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs in it, which I think makes good for a book. Just, it's like a movie, or, The Walking Dead. That's kind of always the same stuff, but it's not the one. We know the zombies are coming. We know people are going to die. Some people are going to live. Drama in there. You know what I mean? Keep people on their feet, coming back for more.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, do you have like a tentative time that you'd like to release the book, or are we still waiting to hear back?
So what I'm waiting for, really, this publishing company, and then I can go quickly from there, because from there I might go back to the other publishing companies. Probably I should be doing that as we speak. And even if I decide to self-publish, which a lot of people love better, they like the control, more control. When you go with a publishing company, they may say, you know what, we don't want this in here. We don't want this. We need, you know what I'm saying? They change it. A lot of control. But that's okay, because even if they say you need to change this or that, or we don't want this, I'll put it in book number 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I think I saw this right. You'll have to correct me if I didn't. But as far as Glow being, kind of making a comeback, isn't there a Glow cruise?
Yeah, thank you. March 3rd, we depart out of Miami. This is interesting, too, I have to tell you. So, yes, this will be, for me, this is the second one that I've done myself, called Original Glow Girls. Now, before that, there was Afterglow Cruise, and the Afterglow Cruise, those were right before the pandemic. So maybe 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe those years. And I watched on those. And then I did one right before the pandemic in September 2019. It was awesome. So then I decided to do a second one, and we'll be going to the Eastern Bahamas, which are islands I've never been to before. So that's going to be really, just trying to keep it different. Robbie, did you hear that?
Nope, I lost you for a minute there. It went black and then you were silent.
Yes, because you hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was Ryan calling from Florida. He's playing, and they're doing a charity, a KISS charity for cancer. So they're playing tonight. Yeah, in Sarasota. So I apologize.
Yes. No, that's okay. They're doing the Kiss Cancer Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like, what? There, wait a minute. Wait, what? Wait. Why are you in Sarasota? I'm in Tennessee. This isn't fun.
Well,
It's
so
kind of funny.
I got to ask you then, because I'm glad that call actually happened, because it kind of segues into the cruise thing that we're talking about. Because that's the same time as the Monsters of Rock cruise?
It is. Is that crazy?
Okay.
I think I had no idea, because I asked one of my friends, "Hey, you want to go on the Glow cruise?" Well, that's the same as the Monsters of Rock, and I hadn't even looked, and I don't even know. And I'm like, gosh, I haven't been on one of the cruises for a while. On Monsters of Rock once with Ryan, a lot of cruises. Robbie, I think I've been on. I think this won't be number 22.
Oh my God!
That's a lot. Yeah, I went on the very first Kiss one, and lots after that. We all had never been on a cruise before. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing I have to tell you, never been on a cruise. It's Las Vegas on the ocean. So they have their unlimited drinks, and then you have your fans that are bringing up shots for everybody and drinking. I mean, you're not driving, so you can just, as long as you can make it to your cabin. But man, all of us, when we got done, we were all sick as dogs. Oh my God. We overindulged. I'm serious. This is obviously before COVID, Yeah. So on the second one that I decided, okay, I need to wash my hands thoroughly. I need to get a little more rest. So this time I took it easy. Ryan never takes it easy. He's always the same person going. He is that guy, and he can handle it. I cannot handle it. I can't. So sometimes I don't want to be called the ball and chain, but you know what I mean? It's like, okay, you go do, how some couples will have, well, we're going to bed now, or we're going to go, we're tired. Mm-hmm. Me and Ryan have been together 21 years. So bye, I'll go, I'm tired. Okay, I'll see you when I bye. And you've been with somebody for so long, it's kind of like, we're not on honeymoon. We can do honeymoon when he gets in, or in another time. But I'm not done yet. He's like, I'm still going. There's a funny story I have to tell you, because he'll laugh too. Mm-hmm. But he'll sleep better than me. I fell asleep, and then I heard the door open, and the sun was out, and I'm like, really? And the way he said it, it's just like, really?
And what are the odds too that those two cruises would be both leaving from Miami a day apart? Because Monsters of Rock leaves from Miami on March 2nd and does Jamaica and the Bahamas.
We're doing Eastern, so I don't think we'll see each other. But we talked about it. Ryan goes, keep your cruise. We could say we'll be on our cell phones. It'll be fun. Mm-hmm. We'll be on cruises, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be on the Monsters of Rock cruise, so I'll say hi to Ryan.
Oh, please do. Yeah. Ask him about that. When you came in late, what did Jeannie say?
Yeah, I will. I'll say, so tell me about this coming in when the sun came up story.
Yeah. And what did she say? As soon as I heard it go click, because you know how those go, that noise they're very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, when Ryan does his cruises, I let him do his thing. I'll just go, you know what? I know you guys, you got to go in and do your thing. And I know you have to talk to your, all your fans and stuff. I said, I'll go out. There's a certain place where I sit. I don't know. So it's way up in the back. There's not a lot of people that sit up there, but there are these fans on the walls that come out and blow air. I'll sit in a chair way up there. That way, if it's a too hot, it's blowing on me perfectly, so that I don't have to go down to the pool as many times, and then he'll come up and visit me. What you doing? Bring a drink or whatever. And then we're going to see this band play, because there are bands playing, as you know. They start at 12 or 10 in the morning and go till 12, or, it goes a long time. And I love the casino. I love going to the casino bar, no matter what cruise it is, a Glow cruise, the wrestling cruise, the casino bar is my favorite place where we all hang.
Well, so you got the Glow cruise coming up, and
Yeah.
you've been doing these conventions and things like that. Now, from the last time we spoke, you're doing more appearances now because of wrestling, whereas before it wasn't all because of wrestling. So you took more of a step into those kind of appearances because of Glow having a little resurgence, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting because the days, let's get Hollywood. And that's why, or they were fans too. And yes, with that resurgence, it gave us a little more, I don't know if I use the word notoriety, but just, wow, we remember them. Oh, they're still around. Cool. Let's,
Yeah.
that I love. That's because sometimes the conventions are smaller wrestling conventions. LA Comic Con is a huge one, and that will be December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That'll be out at LA Convention Center, which will be good. Then I'll come back out to LA again because RCMC is going to open up for Skid Row.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, and I'm going to see them on the 9th. So I'll go, come back, take care of our cats, give somebody a break watching our stuff, and then I'll go back out on the 8th. See the bands on the 9th, go home on the 11th. And then so Ryan will be a couple of weeks out with Skid Row and Buck Cherry, which will be kind of cool.
Great lineup. That's a great lineup.
It's a great lineup and everybody's friends. And so it'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. You're a straight up rocker through and through.
Or, Scotty Hill, everybody. And with their new singer, he's freaking amazing.
Yeah, Eric sounds great.
Eric is unreal.
Yeah.
Have you seen them?
I haven't seen them with Eric. I have seen them though.
Yeah. When you see, if and when you see them with Eric, you have to see them with Eric. He's a badass. I told Rachel, I go, this brings Skid Row back to 1989, 1990 again. This is fucking on fire. I said.
That's what everybody's saying. They're saying that Eric gave him like that new life.
They did. That's perfect. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, let's. I could talk rock and roll with you all day long. Maybe we should do another episode where we just do that.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about another thing that's going on with you right now. Is again, I may have this wrong, so you might have to correct me. But plumbers don't wear ties.
Good call.
So that also a resurgence for you. So this was a game that's now coming back around.
It was a stupid game. And those guys, those video guys will tell you, yeah, but the interesting thing is why they brought it back around. So first of all, I did this video game in 1994, and I played the character Jane. And it's kind of like this 3D interactive thing. And it's so quirky because it doesn't really all make sense. But before the internet, so I did it, learned my lines, did the thing. We didn't even know really, there's no nudity or anything like that in it. There was this like me behind the curtain, a little bit of the shower, but just getting ready, but nothing adult at all. And it was a game. I just didn't understand how it worked at all. And I had us going to Travel Town, Chinatown, up to the observatory in Los Angeles, different. And it's funny because I must have said, let's go here, because those were the places that I knew that I thought, and I don't even know how. We were like Ed Wood. Do you know who Ed Wood? Just shooting with guns everywhere.
Yep.
And we were shooting with no permits. Hurry up, let's get this one. Let's do this. Let's run over here. People must have been like, oh my God, here's this girl in this short skirt and this little broad top running around through the city. So, you do a show like that, you do something like that, and then you don't think about it ever again, ever. So when the internet got popular, I noticed that in my emails, I was getting a few people going, hey, you're the girl from Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. I just found you. They'd either say they loved this video game or how did you feel about it? Did you think it was stupid? Did you think it was this or that? What are your thoughts? Then they said, I go, where are you finding this? And they said, we found it on YouTube. There was a guy that he's called the Angry Video Nerd or something. And he is there to talk about all the video games. Yeah. And off on mine. And when he did, it got so many. If you go to find a angry video nerd and plumbers don't wear ties, put those together in a search engine on YouTube or whatever. And you'll look, and the likes that it has is over 9 point whatever million likes. So I'm thinking, because so many people had opinions about it, loved it, liked it, hated it, that's probably why they decided to what's the word I'm looking for? Not recreate it, because it's exactly the same video game. The only thing that they asked me to do, how about we do a new beginning, and then I want you to commentate through the whole thing. So the very cool. And then they've added some other things through it to make it pretty cool. And then there's going to be conventions that I'll be attending for that. So that's like a whole different thing for me, because it's been wrestling all this time. But to go to the different conventions as the character Jane and Hollywood, that's kind of cool. I might have different banners, Jane and Hollywood.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you'll be doing video game conventions essentially.
Yeah, that would be like, I would love that. It's kind of weird how sometimes you can reinvent yourself without knowing that you just reinvented yourself. You know, different now. We're in the video genre. Oh, I can't wait. And working for them, they're it's limited run games is out of North Carolina. So they flew me there, and we did everything in one day, which was great. Then I went home, and, you know, now it's out on every platform. Or I know that I think they had it coming out September 22nd. So, yeah. So I posted about it as well. So they've got some kind of limited thing that they're doing. No pun intended with limited run games, but limited sell. I don't know. I have to look back into it. I get so busy with my soap, obviously. Robbie, you know, I have my soap company. So yes. NashvilleBotanica.com with a K. And boy, Halloween, because it's not even here yet, but I started making those soap in September, and I have sold. Hi, kitty. Don't go back there. I don't want you to go back there. No, sorry. She's like the plug, you know, that I plugged in here, this light. The Halloween stuff is, man. And I've had so much fun, because this year I did some really big skulls that are soap.
Wow.
Yeah. Pumpkin.
That's awesome.
All that stuff. But yeah. And that's just a side gig. It's just something that I enjoy. I think we talked about it before. It's just, I come home off the road, and you know what? I really enjoy making soap. You know, it's very relaxing for me and creative, and yeah, kind of cool.
Well, that was actually what I wanted to talk to you about next too. So you'll have to, send me some pictures of the skulls if you have them, so that when I drop this,
I'll send you a skull. If you send me your shipping address, I'll send it to you.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. That's super awesome of you.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Yeah, and I'll promote it,
because the soaps are so cool or so ornate or different. They're like, I don't want to use it. I'm like, oh my God, use the soap. It made the ingredients. There's 4 ingredients, and that's it: organic coconut oil, olive oil, distilled water, sodium hydroxide, because that's what you need to make soap, and then a fragrance, and that's it. It doesn't have all that crap in it.
Yeah, no,
and that's
awesome.
enough about the soap.
Hey, listen, I follow your page for the soap, and like I'm all like, every time you post something, I'm always so like impressed.
I know, that's really cool. And Ryan used to go in my room where I have all the soap. He'll go, which one can I take? I'm like, don't go in there and start taking stuff that's already sold. Don't do that. Well, I don't do that, Ryan. Which one can I take? Can I take this one? No, you can't take that one. Well, I want one like, you know, oh my God.
I love that.
He's so funny.
Yeah, we're going to have him on again too, actually. So.
Oh, cool. That'll be great. Yeah, that'll be good. About RCMC. Hey, they were on KLOS today. I thought that was badass. Marcy Weiser put them on KLOS at noon today.
I saw that. I thought that was really cool.
I was psyched for him. That's a cool thing.
Well, let's just real quick before I get into the last thing I want to do with you is I really just want to say to the people listening, if they haven't heard that album yet, please download it, because it is so good. It's like scary good. So if you're a fan of rock and roll, that's the one.
There you go. Thank you. That was nice. We'll have
of
to
course.
Genie show. Sorry.
No.
And it's only that way because you're in rock and roll, and that's why. I might say one thing about him, but it's this. We can do this all day, and we can schedule more. And when that book comes out, I can't wait to plug that when it's out. We're close. I mean, we're really close. I'm totally done writing, like I told you. But I keep adding to it because I'm waiting. So might as well add some more.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And when it does drop, you let me know, and we're going to push the hell out of it on this podcast.
I would love that.
100%. So this next thing we're going to do is called Getting to Know Hollywood. All right. So I'm going to ask you some this or that, and you're just going to tell the fans listening what you prefer.
Okay.
All right. So first thing, let's see. This could be a deal breaker for some listeners here. New York or Chicago style pizza?
New York.
All right. Favorite TV show?
Oh gosh. When people ask me, that's really hard to tell you my favorite TV show because I really love the channel TCM, which is
okay.
Classic. So Turner Classic Movies have all the, and I tune into that a lot. But I always loved I Love Lucy back in the day, so we can say that.
That's one of my favorites too. That's so funny.
Oh, funny. Oh my gosh.
All right, here's one you might have to go back to your childhood for. What was your favorite cartoon?
The Looney Tunes are great, but then I liked Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner.
I love it. Classic.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you prefer Log Cabin or Beach House?
Ooh, I'm torn. Well, it depends. If it's going to be winter, I want the Log Cabin.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. All right. This next question is going to determine your relationship with Ryan. Do you prefer a drum solo or a guitar solo?
I have to say guitar solo, but before I met him, it was drums. I love it. But not anymore. Now I'm bored of the drum solo, and I just want a guitar solo. So guitar.
All right. All right. I knew that one. That one. I was excited to ask you that one because I knew that it could have went either way. So.
Yeah. I better say guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So next, do you prefer a good horror movie or a good comedy?
I love horror movies. Hey, what's your favorite vampire movie?
Fright Night 1985.
Everybody says that. I go back to Nosferatu and then, of course, The Lost Boys. That's so rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I would say, too, also, John Carpenter's Vampires is up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's...
Him has been playing. The TV's on right over. That's why I'm pointing over there. But Him's been doing these odd, weird, old movies. I'm like, what is that? When I watched The Night of the Living Dead, I think it's the first one with Bela Lugosi. It's not scary. I watched the whole thing last night. I'm like, I really want to be. And I like the one with Tom Cruise, Interview with the Vampire. That's hot too.
Oh God, yeah.
Everybody looks so good. Both of them. Brad Pitt, I forgot a young Brad Pitt is in it with his long hair. You should ask another one. Short hair or long hair, Jeannie?
All right. You just asked it. Which one?
Long.
Of course.
I posted something about Indians today on my page. I don't know if you follow my Facebook page. That's Hollywood Productions. You probably don't. But I have a whole fan page. And I talked about, there was something that I saw about Indians with the long hair and having it and why they had the long hair. It's very
really?
Cool. Yeah. I'll, you know what, I just don't want people to, I try not to put anything ever politics. Yeah. Ever. You won't never see me do that. So I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I might post that tonight or tomorrow and then you'll be able to see it.
Oh yeah. I'll check that out for sure.
On Facebook if you use the old people's platform.
I'll see it for sure.
Yeah.
This is the last question for getting to know Hollywood. Favorite hair metal bands?
Well, see, I love Van Halen. That's not hair metal.
I mean, they kind of.
Metal, Skid Row,
Mm-hmm.
the Skids for sure. See, but I love my 70s. I love in 60s. I love the Doors, and I love Led Zeppelin, and I love Van Halen for sure. I don't know. I like the Skids. They're really good.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi, but I'm not really a huge Bon Jovi fan either. Some people just go, poppy. I like darker, more.
Yeah.
What's your favorite ones?
Oh man. Okay. So for hair metal, we're talking Poison.
I didn't. Not weird.
No.
Too pretty.
Warrant.
Warrant.
Yeah.
Very good.
Vixen.
Vixen. Very good.
Yep. And probably Cinderella.
Oh yeah, Cinderella, Winger. Yeah,
Yep.
all of. And I love Winger too. Paul Taylor's one of our good friends, and Kip. They live here, and they're good people. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think for our catch-up episode, that's going to wrap us up, except for one thing. I want you to plug all your social media, website, wherever we could buy merch from you, and any appearances that you want to plug coming up or anything of the sort. So this is your time to tell us where to find you.
Sure. So if you are a Twitter fan, Glow Hollywood. If you're an Instagram fan, official Glow Hollywood. If you're interested in any of the soap on Instagram, Nashville Botanica with a K. And then I do have my Facebook page. I think it's always either under Jeannie Basone or Hollywood Productions or Prods, Prods. The merch is, I have an Etsy site. It's Glow Merch. If you do a search for it, you'll find it. The next big convention will be in December, and that's at LA Comic-Con at where is that? At the LA Convention Center, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I'll have Matt Sember, who's our director, is going to be with us this year, which he's never done, which would be great because Matt Sember, if you look him up, Cimber, he was but he was married to Jane Mansfield for a little while. He also directed her. He directed a lot of pictures back in the day, and then he directed our show Glow. Cheryl Lightning Russo will be there, Thunderbolt will be there, and Little Egypt will be there. So it'll be kind of a cool little, maybe Daisy will be there. You never know who might stop it. So, yeah.
Wow, excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, but thank you, Robbie.
I swear we could just have a whole episode on just all the music and all that stuff. And it's cool for me to talk to you and Ryan because I'm in the music thing and I'm a professional wrestler. So I can bounce back and forth between the two of you, and I love that.
Great. And that's great for your podcast because you have a bigger podcast, bigger audience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess when the book is ready, you let us know and we'll push the hell out of it.
That sounds awesome.
All right. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
All right, rockers, once again, Hollywood, and make sure you're following her on social media for updates on the book, con appearances, and if you go see her at a con, tell her that you heard her interviews on the All Bets Are Off podcast with Robbie Vegas, and we will catch you guys next week. Please rate and subscribe to the show. It helps us greatly. Thanks, guys.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.